Okay, so those two pages are related to the memory management basically. Okay, so I'll write some of those things. You have to tell where those would be stored in your memory. Okay. Typically, how many places where we can store our data? Stack is one. Okay, then heap is one. Okay, I mean broadly we divide into two parts only. One is called stack, another is called heap. Okay, yeah. Now there are many things are there. Okay, so many variables. Okay, many methods. Where those will go, we'll check it. Okay, one by one. So now if I am having any sort of, I'll write all those things. You just need to tell me. Okay, so let's create one example which will help us out to understand in a better way. Okay, it will take some time to start. So remember this instance variable. What are instance variables? The variable which are on the top. Okay, declared on the top, which can be used in any of the methods. Okay, those are called instance variables. Okay, so whenever you will have instance variable, those instance variable will always go to heap. Where it will go? It will go to heap. Okay, so instance variable will always go to heap. Whichever variables on the top, okay, all will go to heap. Okay, instance variable will go to heap. Okay, so here we will try to create some of those variables and methods, then we will try to manipulate it. Int trial 1. Okay, then here trial 2 equal to. Okay, so now tell me, what is this number of flex? Is it a normal variable or it is an instance variable? Instance variable, because it is on the top, right? Okay, so this is nothing but instance variable. This is an instance variable. Okay, yeah. Now I might have some of those variables. Okay, so maybe static variables. This is a static variable. Again, what is string? String is also an instance variable, right? So instance variable. Okay, what is this? This is again an instance variable. Why it is an instance variable? Because it is declared on the top. I mean, not on the top. You can declare anywhere. It's not necessarily you have to declare here. You can declare here also. It will not matter. I mean, it should not be inside method basically. Okay, so whichever variables which are out of the methods are called instance variable. Okay, it is not mandatorily it must be on the top. I mean, it does not necessarily. Okay, so what I want to say is, see, try to understand. I can make this here. What is the variable name? Color is the variable name. Can I change it from here? See here, color equal to 1000. Can I change it? Yes, I can change it. Okay, you can declare below, you can use up, no problem basically. So it is exactly same as declaring on the top. but it is best practice that you should declare on the top, so that what will happen, you will have more clarity about what all variables you are having instance variable, which all are local variable. Okay, so it is best practice, again not mandatory. I mean, you can declare anywhere in your Java file basically. Okay, this is the one. Now what sort of variable it is? It is a static variable. So instance static variable. Instance variable which is static. Why static? Because see here, are you able to see here, you are using this modifier called static, so it is your instance variable which is static. Okay, now let's try to go what is this mean? What is the main? Main is a method. Okay, so this is a method. This is a method. Okay, similarly get trial, what is it? Tell me. Again it is a method. Okay, now trial one, tell me what sort of variable it is? It is a local variable. Okay, so local variable. Okay, then number of flags which you have already seen is coming from top means it is an instance variable. Get test, again tell me what sort of variable it is. Sorry, it is a method. Okay, then again trial 2, what is it? It is a local variable. Okay, now let's try to have one of those objects called outside class equal to new outside class if I am creating object. So what is this outside class? Tell me. It is an object. It is an object which is local. It is local, right? It is local. I mean I cannot use it outside class. So if I try to use it here, can I use it? No. Why? Because it is declared inside your method. So these declared which is inside methods are called local variables basically. So what sort of variable it is? It is an object type. It is not your normal variable. It is not primitive variable. It is your object variable basically. Okay. Yeah. So now we'll note it down which all places what variable will go, and we'll come back to here and we'll try to understand where it will go. Okay. So instance variable will always go to heap. Okay. Now all methods, okay, it will go to stack. All the methods will go to stack. No matter what is the access modifier, what is the non-access modifier, it will not matter. Okay, all the methods will go to stack. No matter whatever, it can be private, it can be protected, it can be public, it can be void, int, it will not matter what is the return type. Okay, so all methods will go to stack. Okay, okay, all the static variables, all static variable. Okay, static variables, it will go to heap. No matter wherever you are doing, you are declaring, wherever you are putting all those data, it will go to heap. Okay, inside heap, one of those place is called permanent generation. Okay, so this is called permanent generation. This is part of heap only. Okay, inside heap you will have one of those reserved portion is called permanent generation. Okay, so where that particular static variable will go. Okay, primitive local variables. It will go to stack. The local variable which is primitive, something like int I equal to 10. Okay, so all the local variable which is primitive data type will go to stack. Okay, local variable, reference local variable. Okay, you can say reference local variable. What is reference local variable? Reference local variable means the local variable which is object, which is object type. There can be two types of local variable, right? One is a primitive data type, another can be your reference data type. Okay, reference or object type basically. Okay. So if you are having one variable which is of a reference type and it is a local variable, then what will happen? The reference will be there in your stack, but object will be created in your heap. What I told you, you understood? The reference, the object reference will be there in the stack. Okay, and it will have one pointer which will create object in your heap. Okay, so if you are having any of the variable which is of object type and it is local variable, what will happen? The reference will be stack, and where object will be created? Object will be created only in heap basically. Okay, so reference local variable, what will happen? Reference will be in stack and object is created in heap. Okay, all objects will go to heap. All objects will be stored in heap. All objects will be stored in heap. Objects you cannot store in your stack. Okay. All objects will be stored in heap. Okay, from here can you tell me let's try to understand where this one will go. Number of flex, it is a instance variable. So instance variable, where it will go? It will go to heap. Okay, now name, where it will go? Heap, same instance variable. Then weight, where it will go? Heap. Okay, where color will go? It is an instance variable which is of static. Okay, so tell me static instance variable will go heap, but what is one permanent generation? So this is a very typical question. You will have a small code, then below they will tell in which place this particular variable is stored. Your option will be one stack, heap, all those stuff. Okay, so what you have to choose? You have to choose heap is your option. Okay, heap. If permanent generation is there, that is the most suitable answer for you. Okay, you can choose heap also, permanent generation depending, because permanent generation is also part of your heap only. Okay, so yeah. Now private. Okay, now tell me, you will go here. Main, where it will go? Main is a method, so where it will go to stack. Okay, so method. So methods will go to stack. Okay, one small change I will do. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Now get trial, where it will go? Method. So method is stack. Okay. Trial, where it will go? Trial is a local variable. So local variable means where it will go? It will go to stack. Correct. Okay. So local variable will always go to stack. Number of legs, it is an instance variable. So what? Heap. Okay. Color, where it will go? Heap. Okay. So all blue color. Are you able to see all the blue colors are instance variable basically? Okay. Get test, method, stack. Okay. Trial to local variable, stack. Okay. Name is not a local variable, it is a instance variable, so heap. Instance variable, heap always. Okay. Weight, heap. Okay. Color, heap. All instance variable. Instance variable will go to heap. Okay. Now outside class, where it will go? So try to understand, this is the one which is we talked about. Okay, so the variable which is object and local also. In that case, what will happen? The reference will be there in stack, means outside class will be created in what is the stack, where object will be created, object will be created in a heap. So heap is the place where it will go basically. Okay. Test trial, tell me where it will go. It is of static method. Static method. All methods will go to stack, no matter whether it is static, non-static, it will not matter. So where it will go to stack. Okay. So typically to understand it, okay, so what happens? What is stack means? Stack means some sort of, you will have last in first out sort of some, you will be there. What is stack? Stack means last LIFO, right? LIFO sort of thing will be there. Okay. And what is heap? Heap is something like this. Okay. Heap does not have any sort of data structure, first in first out, last in first out. Okay. So now tell me, we have discussed, right? So this test trial will be here. Here it will be there. Okay. Now tell me, outside class where it will be? It will be created here. It will be created here. But it is of what type? It is of object type. So what will happen? One small link will be there from here. One link will be there, and here it will do new, and whatever those outside class, whatever those object will be created. So if you are having one variable which is local and it is of object type, what will happen? The reference will be there in your stack, but object will be created in your heap always. Okay. And if I'll create any object here, if I'll create tell me, dog equal to new dog. Tell me where it will be created. Will it be in stack? It is an object. Okay. So and dog is a local variable or instance variable? Instance variable. So in this case your reference will be here and object will be also created here only, both the things. Got it, right? So instance variable will never come to stack and local variable will never go to heap until unless it is not an object, because we are having condition that object will always created in heap. We can never create object in stack. Okay. So similar to this, the one which the book which I talked about. Okay, so if you open this book, 184 was the page number. Two. Okay. So in this case, see, this is the one which I talked about. Okay. Now from here, can you tell me? C, where it will go? It is an instance variable. Dog color C, where it will go? It should go to heap. Okay. So if where it should go to here. It will go here. Okay. Yeah. Now name, tell me, instance variable, where it will go? It will go to heap. Okay. So it should go to here. Here it will go. Okay. Yeah. Now tell me main, where it will go? Method stack. Okay. So stack means it should go here. It should go here. Okay. Yeah. ARGS. So arguments or parameters are considered as a local variable. Whatever parameters, whatever arguments will be there, all are local variables. So tell me how this ARGS will be there. Tell me. ARGS variable will be in stack, but it is of array. And in Java, array is an object. So where this object will be created in heap. Okay. So ARGS will be there in stack, but object will be created in your heap. Okay. Tell me this dog D. Tell me. So D will be in stack because it is an object. So we are creating object here. So where this code will go? Heap. Okay. So typically it will be open. Dog will be here, and what will happen? One reference will be there here, and what will happen? It will create some sort of object here in your heap area basically. Okay. Yeah. Then go stack. So because it is a method, so it will go to stack. Dog, again same thing, it is a local variable, it is an object. So dog will be in your stack, object will be created in heap. Okay. C equal to caller C, new caller C, where it will go? Heap. Object heap. Okay, C will be there in your stack or heap? C will be there in stack or heap? Heap. Why? Because it is an instance variable. If I write here caller C equal to new caller, then what will happen? Then C will be in stack and object will be created in heap. Okay, but if you are having the variable which is instance variable, no problem. Object will be also in heap and in reference will be also be in your heap only. Okay, no problem at all. Yeah, set name. Set name. Stack. Method stack. Even if it is static, it will go to stack. String dog name. String is an class. I mean, it is an object, right? So what will happen? Dog name should be in your stack. Where the variable will be created, it will be created in your heap. Okay. Name equal to dog name. So name, where it will be there? Tell me name. It is a instance variable, so heap. Okay. And dog name. Tell me. Dog name will be in your stack, but object will be created in your heap. Okay. So that's what. Okay. So yeah, this is the one which I talked about. D, dog, all those things are in stack. Why? Because those are local variable. Okay. And if local variable which is an object dog name, something like this, it will create the object in heap basically. Okay. So very simple. You must remember this particular small sort of thing. Instance variable heap. All methods will go to stack. All static variables will go to heap. What is the name? Permanent generation. Local variable primitive stack. Okay. Local variable if it is an object, then what will happen? Reference will be in stack. Object will be created in heap. Okay. And if you are having object, it will always go to heap. Okay. Now if you are having array. If you are having array, tell me. Array will be, because array is an object in Java, so array will be going to heap. Array will go to heap. Okay, clear, right? No problem. Okay. So most of the time you will get one question. I mean, yesterday also one of the question was from the one which you discussed now. Okay. So be very careful where what variable is getting stored. Okay. Heap stack. Okay. Let's move ahead. So that's what is mentioned over there. What we discussed about local variables are always on stack, not on heap. Just not forget that while the local variables is on the stack, if the variable is an object reference, what will happen? Object itself will be created in heap, but reference will be there in your stack. Unlike instance variable, local variable don't get the default value. Okay, so this one, let's try to look into this. I will write a very simple code. You just have to tell me what will be the output. Okay, so I will write public class animal. What is the name? Public class animal. Okay, then public static void main string args. Okay, yeah. Now what I'll do, I will write something like here. I'll write string name equal to name and type name. Okay, and here I'll do system.out.println SOP. What is SOP? System.out.println. I am printing name. So if I'll run this code, what should be the output? Tell me. What should be the output? Tell me. Error. What error? Name is okay. So we have to think like a compiler. Okay, first tell me, will it compile? Will this my code will compile? Will it compile? No. Why? Tell me. Okay. Any other reason? Okay. So do you remember one thing I had told once? Okay. So static method will call only static. Okay, static can call only static, it cannot call non-static. Okay, so tell me, main is a static and name is non-static, so is it correct? No. Static method can call only static, non-static can call both of those. So first what you have to fix, you have to make it is a static. Now correct, there is no compilation problem. Why? Because now your variable is also static, your method is also static, both are compatible. Yeah, now if I run this code, what should be the output? Tell me. There is no compilation error, no? Because static is calling static. Now tell me what is the output? Default, tell me. So what is the default value of string? What is default value of string? Null. If you remember, I mean, we have seen int default value is 0. Okay, float is 0.0 f. Okay, double is 0.0. Similarly, I had told what is the default value of object? Null. String is an object, right? So what should be the default value of string? Null. So what is the output I'll get? Null. As simple as that. Okay, why? Because the default value of string is null, means default value of object is null. Okay, so that's what we understood, default value of object is null. So let's try to run it, then you will be able to understand. So I'll just comment on the previous things which we had done here. Okay, so what I have written is string name equal to, sorry, string name I have done. Okay, and SYSO name. So see what is the problem, because static can call only static. So what I have to do, what is the problem? If you go here now, this is the one, cannot mark a static reference to a non-static full name. So the first problem is static can call only static. So what I have to do, what change I have to do? I have to make it to static. Yeah. So now no problem at all. Now if I'll run this code, what is the output I am getting? We are getting the variable called null, because default value of object is null always. Okay. Yeah. Now very small thing. Okay. So I'll just change it and put it over there. What change I have done, right? First it was instance variable, now I have put it inside my local variable. Now tell me, what should be the output? Tell me, any problem will come or null will come? Any problem will come or null will come? Static? Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So static. Then any problem is there? Static variable. Yeah, you are right. You tell. You are right.
Static methods are inside not static variables.
Okay. So yeah, you are partially correct. I mean, not fully correct. Okay. So try to understand. Okay. Local variable cannot have any sort of modifier except final. What is the rule we are talking about? Local variables can never have any modifier except final. You can have final, that is correct. So tell me, will this code will compile? No. Why? Because name is a local variable, and what is the modifier I am giving? Static. So I have to remove this static first. Okay, so I will remove it. Yeah. Now, not only what will be the output? Sure? Now tell me, I removed. So we removed two problems. One, what was that? Static node, I put static. Now it is working. Now I removed it. I removed static now. Okay. Will it give me null data? Sure. Again it will not give me the data. Okay. So why? The second rule is very simple. Okay. Very simple. Local variables never get the default value. Got it, right? So if I have an instance variable, it would be automatically assigned by your default value, but local variable never get the default value. Okay, if you want to assign the default value, then what you have to do, you have to mention like this, equal to null, like this. Are you able to understand what I want to know? So local variable will never get the default value. Why? Because see, try to understand, it makes sense, because the local variable, where it will go to stack, and stack will have limited size, right? Limited size. If you create many local variables, what will happen? Your stack will be full. Heap is okay, heap is broad. I mean the area which heap is considering is very big. I mean, you can have some sort of garbage things over there, but in stack you cannot have garbage. Why? Because stack is limited. You cannot grow. Heap can grow, but stack cannot grow. So stack will have some size limit. Are you able to understand? So that's why local variable, what will happen, will never get the default value. If local variable will get the default value, what will happen? Your stack will be full. In your method, if you create 100 local variables, what will happen? It will have to waste your 100 memories in your stack, right? Are you able to understand what problem will come? Okay, so that's why local variable never get the variable. You have to manually assign it. Okay, so that's what I told. You see, if I'll put this inside, if I'll put this inside, what is the first problem? You have to remove static. Again problem is that what is the problem now? Because you have to give the default value. Okay, so what is the default value? You can have some sort of null or maybe any other data. Now it will compile. See, now you will get the data called null as your output. Got it, right? So that's what we discussed. What happened? Local variable never get the default value. If it is here, then it will get, because it is an instance variable. Okay, so that's what is the third point. Okay, so what is the third point? Unlike instance variable, local variable don't get the default values. They will not get the default values. They never go to the default. Okay. It is possible to declare local variable. Okay, so now one of those concepts is called shadowing. What is the concept called? Shadowing. What is shadowing? Shadowing is nothing but, try to understand, if you are having some sort of public class animal, okay, and animal is having one maybe string name. What is the variable name? Name which is your instance variable. Okay, now if you want to have some sort of method, or maybe your constructor will have same name as your class name. Okay, and what I am doing, I am passing here also name. Are you able to understand? So name is your instance variable also, it is also local variable. Is it valid? Yes, it is valid. This is nothing but, this is called shadowing basically. Okay, so what is shadowing? Shadowing is nothing but giving the same name to instance variable also, local variable also. Now how will you distinguish whether this one is this one or this one? How will you do? If I'll write some sort of this, if I'll write this will always call your instance variable basically. Okay, so if I'll write this like this dot name equal to name, so tell me which is this one. This one is your instance variable, and what is the this one is your local variable, or it is nothing but a parameter which is coming. So how do you distinguish among the shadowing? This. Okay, so this will go for instance variable, and without this will go for local variable, or maybe your whatever variable it is basically. Okay, so note it down. What is shadowing? Shadowing is nothing but giving the same name to local and instance variable. Okay, same name to local variable and instance variable. Okay, this is used to distinguish. Okay, so with this whatever variable will be, those will be your instance variable, and the other one will be your local variable and the other variable. Okay, so that's what it is. So it is possible to declare a local variable with the same name as instance variable. It is known as shadowing. Okay, and static variables will be stored in where permanent generation. Okay, which is part of heap. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, so you should know. Now let's discuss about array. Okay, so let's talk about array. So before going to array, okay, one very common problem which we face. Try to understand what the problem is. Okay, suppose I can write here only or yes. Okay, I'm having on the method called public static void test. What is method name? Test1. Okay, and I want to call it from my main. Can I call it? Yes, I can call it. Why? Because both are static. So I can call this static. Can call static. Can call static. If it is not static, then I cannot call. That's what the problem. Static can call static, no problem. Okay, yeah. Now tell me what I want to do. I want to pass one parameter. What change I have to do? Same as variable argument. We have seen variable argument we have done, right? So during variable argument, do you remember what is the change I have to do? I have to do here as int I. Okay, similarly again I'll do something like 89. Then what change again I have to do? I have to make it to int j. Suppose I will pass one more. What change I have to do? Again I have to go in int k. Are you able to understand? Now there might be some requirement, okay, where I have to pass millions of data, maybe thousands of data. Can I write here int I, int j, thousand? Can I write? Is it a good way? I should not write thousand argument, right? If I write 1000 argument, my full class will be arguments only. Are you able to understand? So this is not a good way. Okay. So in this place, what we want to do is we want to represent some number of data with single variable. Are you able to understand? So if you remember earlier what we have done, variable argument was one of the one. The second one is nothing but array. So array can also represent more than one data with single variable basically. Got it right? In which case we will use array. If I am having only 3 data or 2 data, no need to use array. Why to go for array? You just pass it in the parameter. Are you able to understand? But if I have a lot of data, you cannot have so many parameters, right? So you must go for array or any other sort of data structure. Okay. So array is one of the one basically. Okay. So that's what is mentioned over there. Try to understand. So that's what I mean. If you are having one data, no problem. You can just use all those. Okay. But if your variable is very big, something like here maybe 10,000, you cannot pass 10,000 data over there, right? So where you should do? You should go for your array sort of implementation. Okay. So now what is the special thing about array? What is the special thing about array? Array will store the data in contiguous location. Array will store the data in continuous location. Okay. So now suppose if I'll put 10 in this array, then what it will go to 10. Again, if I'll put 100 in this array, what will get? Will go to 100. Then 4, then 23. And whatever data I'll go, I'll keep on putting. Okay. Now suppose how many data are there? These are 4 data. And what is the size of array? 10,000. What is the size of array? 10,000. And how many data I are putting? 4 data. Then how many size or how many space are wasted? 9,996. Are you able to understand? So for 4 data, what we are wasting? We are 9,996. So is it a good way? Again, not a good way. Okay, so something like try to understand the problem. What will there? Okay, so suppose I am giving some sort of demo. So I told them we are starting one batch. Okay, so please call some demo. Then what they have done? They have booked one big hall. Maybe in Marathali somewhere. Okay, they have booked one big hall, and for demo 2% came. They have booked a big hall, and there thousands of seats are there. Only 2% came. Then what is the use of it? Are you able to understand? For 2% you are wasting so many seats, okay, which can be used in some other room or somewhere. Even you are giving money also. But if people will come, 1,000 people will come. You know that 1,000 people will come. Then this is the best one. Why? Because you are having 1,000 seats, they can sit over there. Because if 1,000 people are coming and you will book 2 seats, then what will happen? Problem again. You cannot make 998 people standing in your getting the demo. Are you able to understand what I am taking? Okay. So array is a very good data structure if you know the size of it. Got it, right? But if you don't know the size of it, it is very difficult. Why? Because lot of memory will be wasted basically. Okay. So that's why. So what is the disadvantage of array? So array size is fixed. You cannot change the size. Okay. Array size is fixed by nature. Okay. And what is the second one? It will store the data in homogeneous. I mean, it can only use. If I am making integer array, can you pass any other data type? No. Okay, it is of similar data type. Okay, so that's why it is of homogeneous data type basically. Okay, so now how to remove these 2 problems? We will study one of the chapter called collection framework. Okay, there we will come to know that there are good data structures in array which will help us out to remove this disadvantage. These are the 2 disadvantages, right, which we talked about. Okay, so as I told, it will be in continuous location, these 4, and all the other things will be blank. Blank means by default what is the value? It will do 0 0 0 0, because integer will have default value as 0 basically. Okay, so you understood what is the disadvantage of array, right? So yeah, so what you understand? So what is an array? Note it down. What is an array? And the array is nothing but indexed collection of fixed number of variables. Okay, or maybe homogeneous data type. So array is an indexed collection of fixed number of homogeneous data elements. Indexed collection. What does indexed collection means? It will take care of index 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it will keep taking your index. So what is an array? If somebody will ask, it is nothing but index collection of fixed number of homogeneous data elements. Okay, and what is the advantage of array? What is the advantage of array? As I told, if I am having 1,000 of variables, okay, you cannot have 1,000 of parameter. You want to have one variable which will represent all the 1,000 data. Okay, so that's what is advantage we have mentioned over there. So we can represent huge number of values by using a single variable. One variable will give you so many variables, right? So that's why. So that what will happen? Readability of the code will be improved. Okay, you can pass 1,000 int I, int k, you can make 1,000. Okay, but people will not be able to understand. They will not be able to read. But it's best practice what to do. You can do. You should represent with the one variable basically. Okay. Yeah. So now we can have different dimension of array. Okay. Now I'll write some of those array. Tell me which is correct, which is wrong. Okay. So if I write int array. Okay, I'll write int array. Okay, So tell me which is correct, which is wrong. Which is correct, which is wrong.
Last two
Last two
is correct.
is correct. The first one, sure. Okay. Which is correct, which is wrong. Last one is correct. Other two. other two. Other two, what happened? Tell me. Other two. Okay. So try to understand. All the three are correct. You can write all the three ways. Okay. If you want to write it, let's write over there. Okay. So if I want to write something like that, int. See, is it correct? Yes, it's correct. Okay. Now, is it correct? Yes, it's correct. Okay. Now, is it correct? Yeah, this is correct. Okay. Now, look, what is the last one? Is it correct? See, it is also correct. No problem at all. So all three are correct. All these three are correct. Okay. All three are correct. But again, which is the recommended one? First one is the recommended one. Which is the one? First one. So this is the recommended one. Last one is recommended. I mean, in your CC you will be using, right? So yeah, in Java we recommend the first one. Why? Because try to understand. Here in the first one, there is clear separation between your variable and data type. What is the variable name? Array. What is your data type? Int array. Are you able to understand? But here what is happening? See, your variable is mixing with your data type, which is not good. Are you able to understand what I am telling? It is correct. I mean in Java, if you write compiler is okay, it will work. Okay, but which is the best one? First one. Why? Because there is clear separation of variable and your data type. But in other case, what is happening? There is no clear separation between your variable and data type basically. Okay, but all the three are correct. Okay, so here how do you read it? Array is a variable of integer array. Are you able to understand? But here what you can do? You cannot see. Array is a variable of integer. No, you cannot say. Array is a variable of integer. Can you say that? No. Are you able to understand? Again, array is a variable of integer type. Can you say? No. But it is correct. It is not. We do not say it is not correct. It is correct. But which is the first one? First one is the recommended one. Why? Because clear separation between your variable name and your data type. So it is more readable basically. So you should adapt this first one. Okay. So that's what we discuss here now. So again, this is a one-dimensional array. This is one-dimensional array. We'll talk about 2 and 3 dimensional. Okay. So this is the recommended because the readability name is already separated from your types. So name is separated from your type. All three are correct. No problem at all. Okay. Now, what is an array? We have one definition which we have already seen. What is an array? An array is nothing but index collection of fixed number of homogeneous variables basically. Or data types. Okay. Now small change will be there. Okay. So now previous things are correct. Okay. So array is a fixed number of fixed collection of what is the one? Tell me. No. What? Index collection of fixed number of homogeneous data elements. Okay. So index collection of fixed number of those are okay. There will be slight change in the last one. Okay, so homogeneous. Okay, so try to understand. You should tell homogeneous or covariant. What is the new term I am telling? Covariant. What does covariant means? So what is an array? Array is a index collection of fixed number of homogeneous or covariant variables or data type, whatever things you want to say. Okay, now let's discuss about what is covariant means. So covariant is not something rocket science or something, okay, so which we have already studied in inheritance. Okay, so very simple. If I am having one of the class called animal, okay, and I am having one of the class called dog, so dog extends animal, then what I will say, dog is a covariant of animal. That's all, very simple. Got it, right? So what is covariant? Covariant means nothing but it is extension. I mean the one which you have already studied in inheritance tree. Okay, so covariant means nothing but it is subclass. Okay, so subclass, superclass, subclass. Okay, now I will write a small code. Okay, so tell me whether it is correct or not. Okay, so animal equal to new animal. Okay, I am writing dog equal to new dog. Okay, and I am writing some separate class. Okay, so vehicle. So there is no relation between vehicle and animal. No, vehicle is something else. This is something. Okay, so vehicle equal to new vehicle. So vehicle is one of the class. So it has got nothing to do with animal and dog. Okay, so it is some separate. Somewhere down the line it is having. So it has got nothing to do with your animal and dog. Okay. Now tell me, if I want to create animal array. Okay, so I'll do animal array. I am trying to create animal array. I want to pre-initialize. Okay, so can I pass animal here? Tell me. Yes, I can pass. Can I pass dog? Yes, because as I told, it is covariant. It's not about your homogeneous. You can pass your covariant also. Got it, right? So but in C what will happen? We will say homogeneous only. Here what will say, homogeneous or covariant. Covariant means subclass basically. Okay. Now can I pass vehicle here? Tell me. Can I pass? No. Why? Because vehicle is not falling under homogeneous also. It is not falling under your covariant also. Are you able to understand? So it's a clear separation. So you should understand very well that array will be collection of what data type? Tell me. Covariant or homogeneous. Okay, so that's what is mentioned over there. Try to understand the last one which we here. So array is an object of storing multiple variables of same type or variables that are all subclasses of same type, and nothing but covariant basically. Okay, and array itself is always in object, right? So it will go to heap. It will never go to stack. Okay, why? Even if your data is primitive, no matter. Okay, so but it will go to heap. It will always go to heap because array is an object. Okay, now I will write some of those. So whenever if array is an object, how to create an object in Java? New operator. So always whenever you want to create array, you should use new as your operator basically. Okay, so how to create an array? Try to understand here. If I want to create array, so as I told how to do, you should do like this, array. Okay, then equal to new int, then here you will pass the number of data. This is the syntax to create array in Java. Have you write int like this, array new int, then you have to pass the number of data, how many data you want to store. Okay, this one if I'll do this is completely, tell me, it is a valid or invalid? It is completely invalid. Okay, so it is invalid. It is completely invalid. In Java, you can never pass number of data in left hand side. Your number of data must always be in right hand side. In Java, in C++ it's okay. You can pass your number of data in left hand side. Okay, in Java it is not valid. So in Java, always data number of data should be in your right hand side, no left hand side. Okay, so that's why your first one is illegal. Are you able to say this one is illegal? This one is illegal. Okay. Other way, if you want to initialize, pre-initialize the data, it is also fine. The one which you have done now, right? Animal, dog, all the things you have done, right? So you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, all the numbers. This is fine, no problem. This is one of the way to initialize your data. This is also correct. One more way is there. What is there? Equal to, you can write something like new. Okay, you can pass int like this, and you can initialize. This is also correct. This is also correct. This is also correct. So this is also correct. Okay. What I want to say is, you are not passing the number of data, but you are passing the data, whatever data is there. This is also correct. These are the 3 correct syntax of array. I mean initialization of array basically. Okay, and this is nothing but it is called anonymous array. What is this called? Anonymous array. Okay, so what sort of array it is? It is a anonymous array. Anonymous array. Anonymous array. This is an anonymous array. This is invalid. Always your data, number of data will be in your left hand side, no right hand side. Okay. Sorry, right hand side, no left hand side. Okay. We eat with our right. Okay. Vaishali is different. Okay. So okay, now we'll go over, right? Okay, so any doubt till now, whatever we have studied array, very simple. Okay, now tell me, that's why I told this one is invalid. Why? Because I am putting the number of data in left hand side, and here what to do, this is valid. Why? No problem. Why? Because you have to put the right number of data in right hand side. Okay, yeah, so one dimensional array you might have already studied in your college. Okay, let's try to talk about your 2 dimensional array. Okay, so that's what we can't specify the size on the declaration, otherwise it will give you comparison. So always it should be right hand side. Yeah, 2 dimensional array. Okay, so out of those, tell me which all are correct, which all are not correct. First one is correct. Second one correct. Third one correct. Fourth one, huh? Any problem over there? Huh? Last 2 not correct. Sure? Okay. Others are correct? I mean, which is not correct? For 2 dimensional array. Okay, for 2 dimensional array. Okay, so sorry, let's go and understand it. Okay, so what for 2 dimensional array, as we are doing it, we will start from here like this. Is it correct? Yes, it is correct. Okay, now the second one was like this. It is correct? Yes, correct. Is it correct? Yes, it is correct. Okay, is it correct? Yes, it's correct. Okay, yeah. Now what is remaining? Is it correct? It is also correct. Is it correct? Yes, it's correct. So all are correct. Got it, right? So all are correct. There is no problem at all in the syntax. Okay, so if you are putting this 2 dimensional array, you can put like this also. This is also correct. This is also correct. No problem at all. For two-dimensional array, it is all are correct basically. Got it right? So here whatever those are there, all are correct. All are correct. All are correct. Okay. What happened? Oh, same. Okay. So we can put it. These are new slides, right? So I have not gone through properly. Okay. So these are the different ways by which you can specify your two-dimensional array. Okay. All are correct. Okay. Yeah. Now tell me the dimension. Okay. So first one, tell me what is the dimension of A? One dimensional or two dimensional? Got it right? What I'm going to say? So tell me, what is the dimension of A? One dimension. What is the dimension of B? First tell me, B is a int variable or array variable? Sure. Got it right? What I meant to say? So A is one dimensional as you told. Okay. B how many dimension? Tell me. 0 dimension, 1 or 2. 2 is not, because 2 is not rich, right? So 2 is not there. 0 or 1? 0 or 1? 1. A also 1, B also 1. Okay. Yeah. So why? Because as we discussed little bit earlier, right? So why? I mean, that's why we should make some gap over there. I mean, this is the data type, and these are the variables we have. Okay. So what is the dimension of A? 1. What is the dimension of B? 1. Okay. Now, okay, we should put. Okay. So what is the dimension of A, B? Both are 1. Okay. One dimension. For this, tell me. For A, how many dimension? 2. Because 2 square brackets are there. 2. Okay. How many dimension of B? 1. Why? Because the second dimension which was having, it is right side of A, right? So it will not be considered for B. Are you able to understand? So how much dimension of B? It is 1 dimension. So B is of 1 dimension. Now what is the dimension of A? 2 dimension. What is the dimension of B? It is also 2. Why? Because left side 1, right side 1. 2 dimension. Okay. Yeah. Now tell me, what is the dimension of this? 2 dimension. What is the dimension of B? It is also 2. Why? Because left side, right? Left side is considered. Okay. Yeah. Now what is the dimension of A? 2 dimension. What is the dimension of B? 3 dimension. Because 3 are there, right? So okay. Yeah. But these two are not correct. Okay. So these two are not correct. Okay. So if you are giving the dimension, after comma, the dimension should always be in your right side. Got it right? So that's why I cannot write like this. Okay. Int A. Okay, and B. You are able to understand? This is invalid. If you are giving the dimension, After comma, it must always be in your right hand side. You cannot put it in your left hand side. Okay, so that's why this one will not, again both same problem with both of those. Okay, so let's try to see here. We'll try to write here. Okay, so okay, B, see, is it valid? Yes, it's valid. Right hand side is valid. Okay, but if I'll try to put here left hand side, see, it is invalid. It is not able to, compiler is not able to detect your dimension. Why? Because if you wanted to put it over there, then why you are putting here? You should have put it here only, right? In your whatever, wherever you want to do. Are you able to understand? But it does not make sense if you are giving it in your left hand side. Okay. So right hand side, why we are giving? So that what will happen? Before that it will be 2. After that it will be 3. That's why we are putting in the end. Okay. So note it down. I mean these two are invalid. If you are giving the dimension after comma, it must always be in your right hand side. You cannot put it in your left hand side. But before comma, if you are doing, both side is fine, no matter wherever you want to do. Okay, so note it down. These two are incorrect. These two are incorrect. Okay. So left side array declaration is, this facility is only for your first variable. Okay, so after that it is not. Okay. Now 3-dimensional array. Tell me which all are valid, which all are invalid. Which all are valid, which all are invalid in 3-dimensional array. Tell me which all are what? Which all are valid, which are not valid? Last one is before that. Yes, correct. Okay, so it's correct. Okay, so why? Because I don't have the variable name. So if I give the variable name here, tell me. If I give the variable name here, tell me. All are valid. Okay, so all are valid. So no problem. I mean you can have those stuff. Okay. So all are valid. You can have any variables. So all are valid. Okay. Yeah. Now whenever we create array, where it will go? It will always go to heap. It will never go to your stack. Okay. Now how to create an array? Something like this. This is the syntax which you have already seen. Okay. Now tell me, if you want to get. So as I told, array is a object. So each object will have class, right? If I'll tell you animal object, what is the class? Animal is your class. If I'll tell you dog object, what is the class? Dog is your class. Now if I'll tell you int array is a int array, then what is the class? You must have one class name, right? What is the class for int array? Tell me. What is the class? What? I mean, what is the class name? Without class, I told I cannot create object. So there should be some class, right? What is the class name for int array? So how to get the class name? Always, if you are having any object, you do this object dot get class dot get name. If you do not, it will give you the class name. Okay. So something like, try to understand here. If we will create maybe I'll comment this. Okay. So suppose if I'll create animal. Sorry. Animal equal to new animal. Suppose I don't know what is the class name of animal. Then how will you get the class name? Tell me. You do animal dot get class dot get name. Like this we get the class name basically. Okay, so any object, just do the dot class dot get name, will give you the class name, any of the object. Okay, now see what is the output we are getting. See what is the output we are getting. What is the output we are getting? Stack Overflow. Okay, I will be writing correct. Why it is going for infinite flow? Oh, okay. There might be some problem inside here. Okay, so it is also correct. Are we calling animal from somewhere? Okay, let it be. Okay, so what I'm to say is, see here, animal dog. Why dog is? We are calling from somewhere, or no? But we are not creating dog, right? Okay, remove all this animal and remove everything. Okay, there is some problem with dog options. Okay, Control D. Animal equal to new animal dot get class dot get name. Okay, there was some problem with that. Okay, so what is the class name of this particular object? Animal is your class name. So for this, what is the class name? Animal is your class name. Okay, now if I'll ask you int array, if I'll create array equal to int array equal to 90 to something like this, some number shall. Now as I am telling, array is an object. Now there should be some class, right? Are you able to understand? So how to get the class name? Just use this, something like this. Okay, so let's try to see the class name of array. Like this you do, automatically it should tell you the class name. Okay, so let's try to see what is the class name. Are you able to see something is coming? So this is the class name of int array. So what is the symbol? This. What is the class name? What is the class name of array? This is the class name of array, int array. I is there, why? Because it is a integer. Okay, got it, right? But we usually don't use it in programming. Okay, but it is for the understanding of compiler basically. So internal implementation will be based on this. So this is the name of the class. Okay, yeah. Now if I'll small change I'll do. Okay, float. Okay, and do some sort of 0f. Okay, then 0f, some sort of. Now see, if I'll do this, what is coming? See, f is coming. Okay, so float, for float what will be there? Okay, so this is for float. Okay, then what will data types we are having? Tell me. Int we have, we will start from your byte. Okay, so for byte what will be there? B. Okay, then short what will be there? S. Okay, then int we have already run. Okay, then long will be your L, then float we have done, then double D you brought, then character. Okay, so what will be there? C. Okay, now what? Boolean. Not a boolean. What shall I use? Because B is already there, right? I cannot use this byte for the class name. Are you able to understand? So what we can use? What we can use? Tell me. Yeah. So for boolean Z. Okay. So what is the one? Boolean Z. Okay, so see here it is a byte, so let's try to see the output what is coming. There is some problem. Okay, short. Okay. No, all I mean, so it should be D. Should be D. Okay, you understood, right? So first one is your okay. Now these are okay for single dimensional array. Suppose if I have a double dimensional array, then what will happen to me? I mean, if I tell you this A, tell me what should be the what is the class name? Tell me, two bracket double I. 3 dimensional, then 3 times. Okay, so this is the class name. So all will have same name as your variable name. Only thing will be a boolean. Boolean will have Z. Okay, so all others are same. Okay. We'll do this, then we'll finish it. Tell me which one will compile. First one will compile. First one, int x int new I. Int. I am not passing the size. Will it compile? Size I am not passing. Will it compile? Array means you must put the size or the variables. Okay, so what will happen? It will not compile. Okay, so see here what we'll do. If I am doing for one dimensional array, okay, new int, see, get compiling, it's not compiling. So first one will not compile. Second one will compile. Yes. Third one, I am passing 0. Will it compile? Okay, so let's try to see, will it compile? Yes, it will compile. Why it will compile? Because 0 is your integer variable, right? Integer. So you can pass it. 0 is also an integer. Okay. Yeah. So it will compile, but let's try to see here. If I'll try to print something here. Okay, I'll make it static. If I'll try to print here, what will print here? What it is printing? It is printing some sort of first is your class name at the rate of some hexadecimal number. Okay, this is nothing but hash code. This is called hash code basically. Na? So, but if you want to get the data, 0 data, now tell me what should be the output. Tell me. I don't have 0 number, right? So let's try to see what is the output. Array index out of bound. What is the one? Array index out of bound. What is array index out of bound? Means your index is out of bound. You don't have 0 index in your array, right? So it is out of bound. Okay. Yeah. So first one is not valid. Second one is valid. Third one is valid. But if you try to get the data is not there because 0 size array. What is 0 size array? You don't have size only basically. Na? Yeah. Now fourth one, negative size. Tell me. Yeah, I am telling negative size. Can we put? I mean, I am talking about compilation. We are not talking about running basically. We are talking about compilation. Can we have negative size? Yes, because it is also integer, right? Okay. So let's try to see it. If I'll make here as minus 3, see it is correct. It is correct. But when we'll run it, see here we see are able to say Java exception is occurred. What is the exception? negative array size exception. Are you able to understand? Compilation, no problem. So will this be compiled? Yes. But so this one.
Yes.
Why? Why no? Why yes? Yes or no? Yes. Why? So do you remember our graph which we have generated? So what sort of graph we have generated? Tell me. First one is your byte, then short, left to right we can do that, right? Okay. Then what was there below? Char was there. Okay. Then here what was there? Int. So what we are doing? We are converting character to int. Is it correct? Yes. No problem. We can do that. Okay. So yeah, this is good. Then what is left? Long, then float, then double. So left set to right possible. Okay. So this is also possible. Okay. So let us see it. If I make it A. So what is the size of B? Tell me. 97. 97 because ASCII value of A is 97. Okay. This is valid. This one is valid or not? Tell me. Byte to int. Is it valid? Byte to int. Correct, no? Byte to int. Left right assignment is correct. Okay. Now short to integer.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. Long to integer. No. Okay. So why? Because long to integer. Left side. You cannot do that. Okay. So last one is not correct. So which all are incorrect? Which all are incorrect? Tell me. First one and last one. Okay. This one is fine, but when we run it, then only you will get the problem. Okay. So this one. So first and last are incorrect. The others will successfully compile. Compilation will successful. Runtime maybe we will get some problem. Okay. So yeah, we will start from here. Okay. Next folder. So. Okay, we will finish.